Um, Mr. Rahman, there is a sense of disbelief that anybody associated with ISKCON in India, would be charged with, with sedition. ISKCON is as peaceful an organization as any you'd find. And therefore, there is a sense or there is a concern that minorities may be targeted in Bangladesh. Is there any real response that is emerging to this?
I'm not particularly going to comment on ISKCON's status, but I would like to point out that ISKCON headquarters held a meeting today in the capital where they categorically said that Chinmoy is not a part of ISKCON. He doesn't speak for ISKCON. His agendas are his personal agendas. So it is not that ISKCON is right now under the radar. It is one particular character that ISKCON itself is rejecting.
That said, what exactly has this person done to actually warrant the charges that have been against him and the denial of bail?
I think the charges, if you particularly speak of the charges, they are related to sedition. It was about disrespecting the national flag. He had a huge rally where some insightful statements were made, and those are the charges. And interesting enough, the character who brought in the charges, he was a part of the BNP, and the BNP have also removed him. So I think questions should be asked about what kind of charges these are and how important or how significant these charges are. And I think that is a judicial discussion that needs to be had.
Yashab Rahman, is Mr. Yunus truly in charge? Is he the dominant force, or is he a face who's been planted or put to sort of lead the country when the actual force, the actual law and order, the actual political mobilization is happening elsewhere?
I mean, I think that's a very interesting question that you have posed. If Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus is actually in charge or not. Of course, Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus is actually in charge. I mean, he's the one making all the policy decisions. He has a group of advisors. But I do think we just talked about how this is all spilling over into different areas. And I think one of the key reasons why this is all spilling over is if you consult the World Economic Forum report from 2024 on global risk, it said India was ranked highest for spreading disinformation and misinformation. And the amount of misinformation and disinformation that comes from India on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, that is the one that is spilling over in our border. Even posing a question like, is the chief advisor really in charge? Or is there another force that is being mobilized? I think the only force that is being mobilized is the fact that Hasina still stays in India. She still has a platform from where she can speak. And that will obviously cause some sort of destabilization in Bangladesh. When it comes to minority protection, let me pose you this question. I think there were 4 Muslims who died in Uttar Pradesh in the recent protests in a couple of days ago. And the thing is, if these were 4 Hindus who died in Bangladesh, then it would become an Indian issue. But Muslims die, minorities are hurt in many different places of the world. I think our law and order situation improved. You can actually look at the data to confirm this. But taking ownership of every minority and saying, oh, look, our minorities here are being hurt or they are being hurt, this is one that is really harmful for Bangladesh, especially for a government that is new. It has spent somewhat over a little shy of 100 days. But right now, I can say again to you, yes, Chief Advisor is in charge. And I think the majority of our country are still behind him at this moment.